Over the period of 8 years, starting something new. Name of this podcast is A Little More Light. Is something giving hope to people. As you see, igniting imagination and what inspiring action. This Nike tagline is there. Just do it. Hello everyone. Myself Vinay Kumar GB. I am the founder and director of Insights IAS. Today we are starting something new. Podcast. I always had this idea about sharing stories. Not only my story, the focus of podcast is not going to be on myself or institution. Over the period of 8 years, I have met thousands of aspirants, and thousands of aspirants have shared thousands of stories, whether it is in Delhi or whether it is in Bangalore. I have heard variety of stories, and thankfully, students from across India have been kind enough to share their stories with me. So, what I've realized is that everybody goes through uncertain phases, everybody has struggles, everybody is fighting their battles. And then I thought, why not start an initiative where I talk about certain aspects of life, not just from aspirants' viewpoint, but also from in general, anybody who is facing difficulties. Maybe I can talk about it. So I'm not like a spiritual guru or Sadguru or anyone, but just want to share the stories that I have witnessed and the stories that I have heard. I also have stories to share based on my own experiences. And also, this journey has taught me so many values and I have learned so many qualities. In the course of this podcast series, I will be talking about what I learned and how I learned. And I will share them with an intention of uh, sharing, basically hoping that you would also learn something out of these experiences. And then this exam goes beyond UPSC, so it transforms an individual. Is there a way forward for an aspirant to become a better individual without going through so many ordeals, hardships, difficulties, failures, setbacks? So, if one can become a better person uh, by listening to talks, by listening to various stories, by relating to those stories, I think the purpose of this podcast will be served. The name of this podcast is A Little More Light. The idea is through to throw light on, as I already told you, about various aspects of life, sometimes about various aspects of the examination also. A little more light is something giving hope to people, because light is what everybody wants to see in their lives constantly. And you might have heard the phrase, a light at the end of the tunnel, with the purpose of, as you see, igniting imagination and what inspiring action, right? So, igniting imagination and inspiring action is what is the larger purpose of these podcasts. Imagination is crucial for anyone to not just succeed but also create an identity for themselves, and also find the larger purpose, meaning of their lives. And then inspiring action, so we see people dreaming big, having big aspirations. So I have seen many people ambitious, talented, hardworking, but somewhere either they lack imagination, but even if they have imagination, creativity, they lack motivation to start doing something, acting upon their dreams and goals. So these podcasts, when I share these stories that there are people with multiple failures, they were able to overcome their failures and go on to succeed in this exam. There are individuals who didn't crack this examination even when they spent all their attempts, but then they went on to succeed in other aspects of life, by carving out their own career, by becoming entrepreneur, by going for higher education. So there is hope around us everywhere. The hope, we know that it exists, but if we open up their stories, I think every one of you will be able to relate to each of these stories, and go on to achieve your dreams, and start doing something. So today also in the we just had orientation in OGP. So I said this Nike tagline is there, just do it. So the just do it is something very profound. We keep dreaming. This daydreaming is one of the commonest thing everybody does. If I am here, I did something. And if there are so many toppers, they did something. They started by doing something. I keep telling our students, how they can go on to write extremely good essays by just starting with something, by doing something. Whether it is answer writing, whether it is, going on to improve their scores in preliminary examinations, everywhere, in every aspect. So, doing it requires one to take certain risks, and how one can take risk, why one should take risk. I think where through various podcasts I'll be talking about it. Moreover, in these podcasts we will invite people, not just the toppers, but people from across the fields, both failed and the one who have accomplished great things. I will also speak to our faculties. We will have a conversation with students, aspirants who are preparing for this examination. So you will see so much diversity in ideas, in experiences, in stories, and I sincerely hope that this podcast will be another pioneering effort in the realm of civil services, where you will start seeing something beyond UPSC, start seeing new things within UPSC as well. So I hope you will all enjoy this. Thank you so much.